Hi, Brian White is filling in for Buck. Welcome to Discovering. It's no secret the UP is home to a variety of unique attractions and destinations. Tonight we'll take a look at one of the best. Stick around while we pay a visit to the Oswalds Bear Ranch.
You know, we had our Senator Tom Casperson got the bill passed for us to be able to take pictures again with the cub bears. And
that and more tonight on Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone, forests thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak, surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields, call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill, the eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
This is the Oswalds Bear Ranch. We've got 23 bears here right now. 21 of them are bottle fed. And they're doing pretty good. Their life expectancy is 25 years, probably outliving me here. So this guy here will be here long after I leave. Well, Brian, here's one of our younger bears. Here's Kendra Bear. Kendra was rescued out of Halbstadt, Indiana. And the other two cubs are on the other side here. They're out of Arizona, Williams, Arizona, the big drive-through up there, Bearzona they call it. Right now we're giving them some cereal. They mine real good for cereal. They pose. Later on they'll get their meats and they get their fruits and vegetables. All cub bears are born in January. So these guys are just about six months old now. I'm guessing probably around 25, 30 pounds. Doing real well. As you know, we had our Senator Tom Casperson got the bill passed for us to be able to take pictures again with the cub bears, and Governor Schneider signed it. So we're back in business with the people that are here visiting from all over the world to have a chance here to get their picture taken with a cub bear. Be able to feed it like we are here, but be able to feed a cub bear like this and get their picture taken with them, be able to pet them. There's 2 billion people that I know of that never had that opportunity. So rescue the bear, normally the Department of Natural Resources call me out of Michigan, if we get them from Michigan, where there's been a logging accident like they had a few years ago. You'll take, maybe a mother's been shot or a mother's been hit by a car. Sometimes people have them that have their breeders that, not in particular Michigan, other states that breed and don't sell their cubs, so you have to euthanize them or put them someplace. So I generally get a call from them. Here we go. Come here, baby. Come on. Come here, Kendra. Come here, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, little baby. Oh, that's that good. Oh, that's that good food, huh? That's good, huh? Num, 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 num. I've had them brought into me from New York. The Department of Natural Resources bring them into me. Minnesota, bring them in. We've had the last year's cubs we got out of, one of them was out of Michigan, southern Michigan, off the Indian Reservation, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, Arizona. We got 2 of them in Arizona this year, so works out real well for us. See, most of the time, either they're going to be euthanized and I save them. And that's what they're here. They'll stay here for the rest of their life, and they're kind of pampered. And once they get 2 years old to 3-year-olds, 2 and 3-year-olds, then we separate them and put them over. The males go this way because there's no breeding in the state of Michigan, and the females go that way with the habitats. Our 2 habitats are like 3,000 feet around, so it's all natural habitat, just like they're in the woods or wild, except that it can't be released. They'll always be here. My son and I, Carl, here, we're with them every day, so they know us. So we go in there with them. They're more like having a young hound, you know. They know us exactly. Once after you get in here, we buy granola by a ton, we buy corn, we buy meat, we pick up from restaurants, and we get our food, fruits and vegetables from the IGA and Max Red Owl here in town. I started raising bears here in 1984, and we had so many people stopping here with their cousins and brothers and uncles wanting to see my bears. So in 1997, I said I should put a gate up and let them charge and pay for the food. And at that time there, I figured if I got in 5-6 cars a day, it'd be great. Now we get, as you can see, we get thousands of cars coming in here during the summertime. The bears, are they different? Any different? Our black bears are different from the wild bear? No, there's no difference. I could take any bear I have here right now that's on its own by eating, put him back in the wild, and he would survive. The only thing why you can't is because they're accustomed to being with people, around people, and next thing you know, they'd be on your front door looking for a handout. And they're not afraid of you then. If they're not afraid of you, then he's a mean bear, could be a mean bear, put someone in jeopardy. So that's why that's the only difference between the black bear that is domesticated or in the wild. When I get them, normally I get them from the Department of Natural Resources from someplace, or a breeder who has them, has too many. Bearizonia this year, we got 2 from there. They had plenty of cub bears. I did business with them years back. They said, you need a couple of cubs? I said, yes. They said, we'll send them to you. So they flew them in on Delta Airlines into Detroit on cargo. We picked them up from there, and that's one of them we had right here today. Once we get them here, then normally I get them when they're about 2 pounds, 3 pounds of weight. They're just little tiny guys like you hear. Their mouth is almost too small for a nipple, for a bottle. We've done the formula. They're in my living room from the 1st of March until about the middle of April. And then we bring them out. The weather turns, so we got some halfway decent weather. I bring them out. We have a travel area, kennel set up for them. Get them used to a little bit of the weather. And then from there, they go into where we were filming here a little while ago. They'll stay inside that area. That's a 20 by 60 area for cub bears. They keep them separated from all the other bears because the other bears would kill them. So we keep them separated for the 1 year, and then we move them they go over to the waterfalls area where those are the 1 and 2 year olds I'd be throwing apples to and see them splashing around. Come on, baby, come on. Come on, Cully, come on. Come on, Burley. Our little guys right now, they're probably about 25 pounds at 6 months. I think here by the end of September, they're good eaters. They'll probably end up around 80 pounds in that area, 80, 90 pounds. Next year they'll run into, when they come out of hibernation and start going, in the first month after, they'll probably get into about 125 in that area, 150. I think most people here in the UP recognize the name of Tyson Bear that I had here that died 13 years ago, July 2nd, over a fight they had with another bear. He ended up killing that bear, but he died himself of a heart attack. But that bear there, I got him when he was 3 pounds. I got him from Gib Weiser, which was legal at that time to purchase a bear out of Neosho, Wisconsin. And at 3 pounds, he blossomed and be over 1,000 pounds in October. Largest black bear in the world, monster bear. It was like the Andre the Giant, the wrestler, is the human race. This bear was the bear race. And just a fantastic, beautiful, big monster bear. Your black bear can be a white. They've got white black bears. They got blonde, black, cinnamon. So you've got 4 or 5 different colors of black bears. I've got a couple of cinnamon bears here. Charlie Bear I got from the state of New York, brought him into me here when he was just a little cub. He is 10 years old now, and Charlie is probably 650 pounds. Big bear. I don't think the cinnamon bear gets any bigger than, or the cinnamon color bear gets any bigger than the black color bear, but it seems like the last couple of cinnamons I've had, they've grown a little bit extra genetics. But size-wise, if they're got the genetics right, it's like human beings. If you're fed right, you're going to grow. I lost some bears this year here. I think you know, everybody knows that we had probably one of the hardest winters in a few years. National Geographic came across and said it was the first year for animals that were in hibernation because of the snow, snow, cut off their breathing. So we lost a lot of bears here, a few bears at my place here, but a lot of bears in the wild also. We have 4 different habitats where the females are on the south side, and the north side are the yearlings and the big males. 3,000 feet on one and 2,500 on another. Another one 1,300 feet, another one 900 feet with the waterfalls area. Our barrier fence, our inside barrier fence for people not to reach in and over, try to get through to touch something on the 10-foot fence. We raise that up to 8 foot. So now we have a 10-foot fence with electricity on the inside. Then they have a 4-foot back. We have an 8-foot fence now. And I guess it's just kind of a safety thing. You take a wild bear, they're no different than ours here, except that mine are bottle fed and they're used to humans. They know when my bears, even though, still know if they hear a bear in the wild, they recognize the bear right now, what's going on. When it comes time for hibernation, I don't take them to put them to sleep. They go by their own. They still maintain that wild instinct. But once you get them as cub bears and they're used to you every day, if you don't abuse them and you're working with them as the same as you would with a young dog, if you don't abuse them, they're going to be that way, unless you get a bad one. But normally all your bears that I've had, I've only probably had to, in 28 years, 29 years, I probably only had to destroy 2 bears. And that's because they got mean. And for what reason, I don't know, just genetics. Hey, you big guy, huh? One of my favorite little bears right here, Zach Bear.
Don't miss the Woodtick Music Festival in Hermansville, Michigan. 4 days of great bluegrass, country, folk, blues, and rock and roll. Over 25 bands. Fun for the entire family. Carry-ins welcome. Kids 12 and under free. Buy your tickets and campsites and find out everything you need to know online at woodtickfestival.com. That's woodtickfestival.com. The Woodtick Music Festival in Hermansville, Michigan.
It's time for the UP Outdoor Calendar. On July 12th and 13th, it's the UP Trappers Outdoor Expo, held in the Ruth Butler Building on the UP State Fairgrounds in Escanaba. All sorts of demonstrations, trapping supply dealers, exhibits, speakers, raffles, outdoor sports equipment, fishing and hunting equipment, gun dealers, ATVs, boats, and much more. Admission is only $5 for both days. On July 13th is the first annual Badwaters Bash and Bass Tournament. The event takes place on the Twin Falls Flowage on the Menominee River near Spread Eagle, Wisconsin. Besides the fishing tournament, the event features the Celebrity Water Ski Show and live music. The UP Deer Advisory Team meeting has been rescheduled for July 13th at 9 a.m. at the Holiday Inn Express in Munising. They'll be discussing buck management, hunter harvest surveys, and the license restructuring package. And a reminder, fall turkey license sales began July 1st and run until August 1st. If you've got something happening in your area you'd like to see on the outdoor calendar, let us know by visiting us at realoutdoorsup.com.
Your bears here, being it's in the natural area, we've got a lot of trees and leaves and the open area that we had there where there wasn't the trees that were growing. We planted oats here a few years back, so we kind of keep an oat growth going inside. So they get a lot of greens, and then, like I said, we give them granola. We buy that by the ton, and we buy corn by the ton in the fall time. Meat, if we happen to get low on our food supply, which we have a big walk-in freezer, and it doesn't happen that often, we'll buy meat by the ton. Other than that, we pick up from all the restaurants here in our area, our supermarkets. They give us all their supplies, their meat, their older meat, along with their fruits and vegetables. So I've got no skinny bears, and they'll eat just about anything. They're listed in most your law books in the state of Michigan as carnivores, but they're not a carnivore, they're an omnivore. They'll eat anything. I guess everyone knows here that last year on June 17th, we were We were stopped by the Fish and Wildlife Division and of the United States for having an infraction of the rules. The rules were stated that the carnivore, after 20 weeks of age, you could not touch as to put someone in jeopardy of harm's way. Well, the USDA said that they figured that after 28 years of having no accidents at all, that they would go along with the part that said if you're not put them in harm's way, we'll do it. And then along comes Fish and Wildlife and said, no, we disagree with that. So anyway, we got together then, and we got together with our state senator, Tom Casperson from Escanaba. Tom grabbed on it through his office, got pulled together with the Democrats and Republicans for it. Tom did us a heck of a job, his office people. So remember, I named Casperson because Tom is for people of the UP. Another man that jumped in after the election, we might give him a shot too, is John Kavila. John Kavila out of Marquette. John did us a great job too. When he won the election, he found out what can I do to help, or people need help in the state of Michigan, Upper Peninsula. This is my home. I'm going to help him, and that's what he did. He jumped in. McBroom, Representative McBroom, he jumped in. So these guys here, when people that enjoy the wildlife and enjoy the Upper Peninsula, remember that you've got people here that are working for you in legislation that care for you, Upper Peninsula people. What they did, they made the law just strictly, they amended the law altogether. They changed it from the 20 weeks and made it 26 or 36 weeks. 36 weeks or 90 pounds. So at the end of September, the bear were still able to touch them and get pictures. And what people don't understand too really is, right, when a cub bear is like 4 months old or 5 months old, little maybe 3 to 4 months old mostly. They're like a young puppy dog. They want to nip at you a little time. They want little bites. As they get a little bit older, 5 months, then they've lost it. Where we've seen today here where they're 6 months old, they're not going to bite you. They don't want to bite you. All they're looking right now is for a bite of cereal and a pet on the head. That's about all. And the older they get, the better it is. But it's hard to tell other people that, but that's a fact. It's the same way as a dog. And if you want to see and you get a chance, the opportunity then, where 2 billion people have never had the opportunity to do this, but be able to get in and touch a cub bear and be able to feed it and get pictures taken with your camera, your family, for $10. The admission for our fair here is your car. If you're coming with your car and your family, if you have 4 kids, 5 kids, 6 children, doing no difference, it's $20. We've got a gift shop. It's nothing that's big and elaborate. It was set up to be originally part of a garage attachment, and we turned it into the gift shop. We got T-shirts and got hats and some different paraphernalia that has to do with bears. Everything has to do with bears. And a wife and my grandson, they work that all day long. It's everything is handicap accessible here. It's a little tough going to some place where the sand's at. But then again, we have a carrier car here that we let people take, and we have our grandson who drives that, and he'll take them around for a ride. That's our head driver. The wife and I and a couple of sons and daughter-in-laws, grandsons, great-grandsons, everybody works here. If you got Oswald blood in you, you go to work. If anybody's looking for us, we're northwest of Newberry, 8.5 miles northwest of Newberry. Actually, Taquamayan Falls, we're back to the south, 19 miles south of it as the bird flies. So we're sitting here at Tunerville Trolley. We're only 30 miles from them. We have the Whitefish Point, which is up in the Paradise area. We're all kind of put together here in the same pocket, the eastern side of the UP.
The eastern side of the UP is not only home to the Oswalds Bear Ranch, but also many notable landmarks and destinations. On my trip to Oswald's, I stopped to visit one of the most popular. About 6 miles northwest of Manistee in Palms Brook State Park, you'll find one of the Upper Peninsula's most visited attractions, Kitch Kipi. Kitch Kipi is Michigan's largest natural freshwater spring. The name means big cold water and is sometimes referred to as the Big Spring. Its original name was the Mirror of Heaven, given to it by the early Indians. Kitch Kipi is an oval pool measuring 300 feet by 175 feet and is about 40 feet deep with an emerald bottom. Hydraulic pressure forces its 45-degree spring-fed water up through cracks in the limestone at a rate of 10,000 gallons per minute. The spring is connected with an underground stream to Indian Lake. A self-operated observation raft on a cable system is operated by visitors and on occasion park employees. The raft offers the perfect vantage point to view the huge trout that occupy the pool, as well as ancient mineral-encrusted tree trunks. History says that John Belair, owner of a Manistee 5 and dime store, discovered the spring in the 1920s. He persuaded Frank Palms of the Palms Book Land Company to sell the spring and 90 acres to the state of Michigan in 1926 for $10. The property deed requires the property to be forever used as a public park, bearing the name Palms Book State Park. The state of Michigan has since acquired adjacent land, so the park now encompasses over 300 acres. The gift shop features a variety of items, including Kitch to Kipi and UP souvenirs. Next time you're in the area, stop and visit Kitch to Kipi, one of the Upper Peninsula's most notable landmarks.
You know, I had one time, between the 4-foot and the 10-foot fence, we had some of the guys that have the hounds let them run between for exercise. And one of the hounds got inside the big area, inside where the bears, so I went inside to get him out. And I got a snap on to him, and when I got a snap on to him, the bear come running at the dog and me. And I let the leash go, and the dog took off. And when the bear run this dog off 20, 30 feet, came back to me and stood right by my side. And when that dog started to come back at me again, that bear rushed that dog again, run him off, and came back and stood right beside me. I guess what my thoughts of the whole thing, I hunted bears back years ago, and then I got into rescuing bears and having bears of my own. It's different than a wild bear, but the bears I have, my little guys, when I get them, they're about 2 pounds. You get a little cub bear, and it's snuggle onto you and crying for you, and then after you get them a walking, you get outside, they walk and follow you around through the woods. Get onto the lake and take a swim, and they're swimming with you. And if they have a sign of danger, they'll yell for you. A bear has got feelings. They're not the most intelligent of animals, but they can remember good.
Give me your belly. Give me your belly. There you go. There you go.
And they're just a hoot to be around. I really enjoy my black bears. They're my babies.